Hi, I'm Laura.
Hi, I'm Dana.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So just to start off today, I just wanted to let you know that everything that you say here is strictly confidential, unless I feel that, you're at risk of doing harm to yourself or others, or if you inform me to inform someone, there's another case where it won't be.
Yeah.
So what brings you here today?
So recently, the story goes back about a year. I was kind of seeing this guy, and then we kind of ended it. But we saw each other at the races a few weeks ago, and things. We kind of started talking, and then he asked me out to dinner. And he kind of confessed that he still had feelings for me, but I wasn't sure if I was like in the right place or not. And I kind of got thinking. I was like, no, I don't actually feel this way about him. But then he kind of understood that, and then about a week after the dinner, I have a letter in the post, and he had written me a love letter confessing his love to me. And I just know it's a bit overwhelming.
Yeah. So you just feel like a little bit overwhelmed at the moment.
Yeah.
You're just not sure whether you're ready to do a relationship.
Yeah, exactly, because I was so set on I'm not going to get in a relationship with him. It's over. We had our thing. We've had our fling for a year, and I'm in a good place now. I've got a full-time job now. I've got great friends, but then he sent me this letter, and now I'm just really confused. And I don't know what my feelings are anymore, if I like the guy or if it's just because he's done this bold gesture.
So you're pretty confused at the moment?
Yeah.
And you feel like you're doubting your own feelings at the moment on him as well?
Yeah, exactly, because the whole time we were together, we were great. We kind of clicked, we both had the same interests and everything, and I know a few of my friends kind of doubted the relationship, especially my close friends, because they had heard different things. But, I was just never really sure. I wasn't sure because I really liked the guy, and so it kind of I blocked them out, and I just wanted to be with him.
So you did have quite strong feelings for him when things were good?
Yeah, I did, because as I said, we had a great connection, and we were seeing each other at least 4 or 5 times a week. I'd be at his house, and he'd be at my house, we'd be having dinner, we'd see each other at a party, and we always kind of just stuck by ourselves at the parties. We'd always be together and everything. And I know that, especially one of my best friends, they didn't really approve of Sam because of things she had heard. She had heard that he had kind of slept with his ex-girlfriend while being with me and everything, but I didn't really want to believe it.
So they created a bit of sort of doubt in your mind about him and whether he was loyal and doing the right thing by you.
Exactly, because I just found it hard because I just really wanted to be with the guy, and I had all these different thoughts in my head. I had some of my best friends saying, I really want to be with him. I really don't need to be with him. And then, I had my family telling me, oh, he's such a great guy, and it was well, I really trusted my family, but I also really trusted my best friends, and so it was I just don't know what to do.
So both the opinions of both your family and your friends were quite important to you at the time?
Yeah, exactly, they were, and towards the end of the year, I was graduating. He was a year older than me, so he kind of gone through the whole, graduated, schoolies, everything like that, and he found it hard to trust me while I was at schoolies, and I found that hard because I put all my trust in him, but he couldn't trust me.
So did he literally tell you that it was a concern of his that you were going to schoolies?
Yeah, he did, and he said he trusted me, but you could tell by his tone of voice and his eyes, he's I don't want you to go, I don't trust you, because when I drink, I do get a bit on the wild side, but my friends always rear me back and like you'll regret this in the morning if you do something like that. So I always kind of knew that I would do the right thing. But at schoolies, something did happen with this guy. Like nothing terrible because I don't actually remember it. But something did happen, and the terrible thing was he didn't actually find out from me. He found out from one of his best friends, and it was like a phone conversation as well. So that made it 10 times worse that everyone knew about it but him. And so that kind of put the rocks in our relationship.
So how did he react to finding out from somebody else?
He was very angry. I got a Facebook message of all things saying, never speak to me again. I can't believe you would do this. I'm blocking you off everything. And he blocks me off like social media. He blocked me off text message. And it was just pretty hard for me because I didn't know what I had done wrong until one of my friends that was at the same party told me that Sam had found out, and I was about to tell him that weekend. And so it really put a strain, not just on me, like our relationship, but also kind of like my health, because I was really worried because, like I really liked this guy and I made like a silly mistake and I wish we could kind of just get over it.
So how did it make you feel when he blocked you on everything and sort of said that with no ground cause initially?
It kind of made me feel a bit distraught at the time because, I know I had done something, but I didn't really remember what. So like I was trying to gather the correct information before I had said anything because I wanted to tell him with confidence that, this did happen, like this was the correct thing that happened. I didn't want to let him hear it through, Chinese whispers, this is what she said, this is what I've heard, and I'm telling you. And so when he did block me on everything, I was really confused, I called like my best friend crying because I just had no idea what to do.
So what happened after that?
After that, it was a few days, but he unblocked me off everything, and we went and had dinner, and we kind of just talked through everything, and he didn't trust me around my guy best friend, because me and my guy best friend, we've had like a bit of history, like not like a relationship, but more of a like physical relationship. And so he then didn't really want me hanging around him because, this had happened, and now it's like, well, I don't want you to be around him either. And it was starting to get really controlling. And so at this dinner, we kind of, we put in saying, maybe right now isn't really the time for us, and like we really deeply care about each other, but right now isn't really the time for us. And that kind of really put a damper on my mood because I really cared about the guy.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I guess like it was probably for the better at that point of time. I was still getting around everything. Like I was coming up to turning the big 1-8, and it was just kind of a lot of pressure. I think at that point in time, I was trying to figure out what if I'm going to go to uni, if I'm going to have a gap year, like do I want a relationship going into some of the best years I'm going to have.
So you weren't like really sure about what you wanted to do with your future, and you had a lot of decisions to make.
Yeah.
So you weren't sure if you were quite ready for a relationship at that stage anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wasn't too sure, but I did know my feelings towards him were really strong, and so he was pretty much the one to say, I don't think this is the time because of everything that kind of happened with him. that I kind of did to him. So we kind of called it off. And that was started this year. So that was about 8 months ago. And we didn't really have contact for those months. He started seeing someone else. I had a few dates with someone, but that didn't really work out. And, it was kind of just, it wasn't lonely. I think it was kind of good for us to have had that time apart, but I'm kind of one of those people that if I'm not around the guy, I'm not the, absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's more of a, I'm not with you, so I don't really like you.
Fair enough.
I'm kind of one of those people. And as I said earlier, we met each other again at the races. All our friends were in like VIP stuff, but and me and one of my other friends, we didn't have VIP, so we were kind of stuck in the general admission area. But we knew that some of the grade above us were in general admission, so we tried to find them, and we ended up finding them, and we had a really good time, and Sam was there, and now we kind of got the talking again, and that's kind of one of the good things about Sam and I, is that even if we haven't seen each other in months, we can kind of pick up where we left off. It's just one of those type of relationships that we have.
So time between you doesn't matter too much?
No, it doesn't, and to be honest, I was a bit drunk that day, so I don't actually really remember my feelings towards that exact moment towards him, but the next day I had like a message saying, do you want to go out for dinner again? And I was like, oh, maybe it's probably a good thing to catch up. And we went and we had dinner. It's like a burger joint in the valley, and he kind of said to me, let's not half-ass it like we always do. Let's kind of just get to the point, because we always we can talk for like 5 hours and kind of just dodge the topic. Like we'll talk about for like 2 minutes, and then we can then go off on another journey for like another 2 hours. So he's kind of like, let's just get to the point. And he kind of said, he told me that, these 8 months have like really made me realize that how much I actually miss you, and that, I'd be in points where, it'd be so good if Neve was here. But it'd be so great if, I was here. And I was kind of just in that point where it'd be like, I'd like to be there, but at the same time, I'm doing my own thing now. I've got a full-time job, I've got great friends, and I'm just at a point in my life where, I'm thinking of traveling next year, not going to uni. I'm thinking of traveling and everything like that. And so I pretty much said to him, I don't want a relationship right now. 8 months ago, you weren't ready. 8 months ago you weren't ready, but now you're ready, but I'm not ready. And so it was a bit of a difficult thing for me to do.
So the timing's a little bit off for each of you. Yeah,
it was. And so I kind of left that dinner, feeling great that, we finally got our points across. I'm not wanting a relationship. It's all great. And then about a week later, my mom tells me I have a letter in the mail for me, and I was reading it, and then I realized it was from Sam, and he was pretty much confessing his love to me within a letter. And it was just very difficult for me to read, because it was like, well, I've already told you I don't really want anything. And I don't think that was his intention to be like, it wasn't his intention to come across as, okay, well, she didn't say she wanted me now, but if I write her a letter, it might push her over the edge that she wants to be with me. But it was just a bit confronting seeing this letter.
So do you think that he maybe thought that it was a bit of a deciding factor in whether you wanted to or not? Is that what you meant?
Maybe something like that, because now it's like I'm a bit conflicted if I want to be with him or not, because I was so sure it would be, no, I don't want a relationship. And now this letter's here, and it's like, what do I do? It's just, I'm so conflicted because I never thought, a letter would, make me second guess my feelings, but it was just so heartfelt because it was actually written. It wasn't typed, it wasn't anything like that. It was handwritten, and he had taken the time out to, think of his feelings and put them down on a page for me. And I guess that's kind of what's making me second guess it.
So how did you feel when you read the letter?
When I read the letter, I felt, at first I was like, oh my God, like, he's written to me. Now I was very like, oh my God. And now I was very like love struck, I guess, because, no one's ever done this for me before. And I guess any girl that would, get a letter in this day and age would be like a bit swooning.
How romantic.
It is. And so when I did read the letter, I was at the end of it. He put a lot of our little like jokes in it and nicknames, and so it was a bit, you could tell it was heartfelt, and I think that's what's making me second guess, because it's like he's really taken the time out to do this for me.
So it was genuinely authentic.
It was genuinely authentic, but I spoke to one of my friends, and she kind of made me realize that without this bold gesture, I would never have second guessed that dinner. Like, I'd be like, yeah, I'm doing great right now, but then the letter came, and then, yeah, that's making me second guess everything. So I was just really confused.
So do you still feel like you're in a state of confusion, or do you feel a bit more resolved about the situation now?
I guess it's still kind of hard. Like, I was meeting with him again, tomorrow, and I really wanted to get, to meet with him tomorrow, and I just really wanted to get my feelings kind of sorted out, It's a bit hard for me, because I'm a pretty independent person, and so I've never thought I really needed someone there to rely on, I'm that independent, I can do things on my own, and I've never needed a guy. But then, like, Stan came along, and all of a sudden I just really wanted to do everything with him, and then we kind of broke everything off, and I never second guessed it. Like, for the first few months it was pretty hard for me because, I spent, pretty much a year with this guy, and for it kind of just to end is a bit hard for me, especially a week before my birthday. So it was, I just found that really hard, but it's kind of weird for me because at school I was never kind of the attention person. I never really got attention. Like, I was more of the best friend, and now that I'm out of school, I have guys coming up to me saying, here's my number, you should give me a call and stuff, and it's just really new to me. And so I don't know if I'm just wanting to be with Sam because it's familiar and I kind of know how everything works, or if I should try something new, because I was kind of, when I got the letter, it was more of it's familiar, I really like the guy, and I always have strong feelings for him, and it was familiar, so it was like, I kind of know what to do with him, I know how to act around him, I know what he likes, his dislikes, and stuff like that, so.
Well, yeah, it's always a bit easier when something, is familiar to you. Change is always a really hard process as well.
Yeah, and now that it's pretty much over, like, I'm still meeting with him tomorrow to, kind of relay my feelings. It's more of I'm starting to think it was the bold gesture that has made me kind of second guess everything. And without this bold gesture, it would be, oh, we had dinner, it was great. That's it. That's kind of all that there is. And so I think that's probably one of the hard things, is kind of letting go.
So you're finding it, a bit of a process to let go after reading that letter and, knowing how he feels about you.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because, I've only kind of been by myself now for 8 months. I spent the last year with him, and I guess when you have been so familiar with someone and you kind of given them everything, it's kind of hard to let go because, you know, he was my first everything, and it's like, well, I don't really want to let go of that, but I feel like I should.
So, you'd still like to maintain a relationship with him, whether it's of a romantic or friendly nature?
I would still love to be friends with him, you know, because we do get along so well, and, you know, he kind of, because we're pretty much similar people, you know, it's pretty, he knows kind of what I'm thinking and everything, because it's what he would do in that situation.
Yeah.
And so, without that, without that, it would be really hard for me.
That would be a real struggle. Completely understand. So, what are your intentions to say tomorrow when you do meet each other?
I guess when I see him tomorrow, 2-4. When I see him tomorrow, 3-2. When I see him tomorrow, it would be 1-1. When I see him tomorrow, it would be. It'd be pretty hard.
Okay. Well, that concludes our session for today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling kind of good. I kind of know what I'm going to say to him, and that, you know, I still feel better off as friends than a romantic relationship.
Okay, well, thank you for coming in today. I hope it all goes well. And next time I see you, you can tell me all about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, it's only 1 minute over.
Yeah, it's between 18 and 22.